We're straight in today.
Woo, we're back, and
We're back.
It feels a bit different today, Dan. You know, like the atmosphere is a bit darker. You know, like probably looks a bit different to how we normally
Mate, if I
look.
turn the lights on in here, we'll cook.
That or the bugs will come in. It's that time of year, isn't it?
Oh, it's nothing worse. Do you know this arm got a few bites on it?
All right,
This arm's got away scot-free. Work that out.
fair enough. I don't even want to know. Anyway,
Hey,
anyway,
hey.
we are continuing
Oh.
with Aquatics August, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that we are. And Aquatics August is a very varied one, actually, as I'm starting to realise.
It's only films. I'm focusing purely on films that just happen to contain water and the ocean. Really, that's my
Which is
way
odd,
in.
because you hate things that contain water.
I spoke about Finding Dory last week.
You did?
And but this week I've decided to change it up a bit. I'm going to go for the 2000 film Castaway with Tom Hanks, directed by Robert Zemeckis, who also did Back to the Future. So
I didn't know that.
and Forrest Gump. Yeah, he did.
Jenny.
Janai. I remember back in Christmas 2003, this film washed its way onto British television. I managed to
So
see.
cheesy.
Yep. I only managed to see half of the film, but the idea of a film about a man stranded on an island and holding on to hope was something I had not come across in a film before. Therefore, it did interest me. The first 20 minutes of the film are very straightforward, building on the character of Chuck and what he will be without once he arrives on this island.
Just an FYI as well, this is the film that actually stopped me from using FedEx, and to this day, I've never. No, to this day, I haven't used them.
Yeah.
I want my parcels to get
It
there.
scared you off, yeah.
It did.
Don't want them washed up in the ocean.
No.
Something I had not noticed until I recently rewatched it was that Alan Silvestri's beautiful score does not properly enter the film until Chuck finds his way off the island. It's merely one basic track.
Spoiler alert.
Well, yeah. I mean, the film is 24 years old, Dan. I think if anyone wanted to see it, I'm sure they would have by now.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You know,
Even I've seen it.
it's merely one basic track for the soundtrack, but it is very somber and poignant, and is a track I listen to quite often. Actually, I've got it downloaded. But yeah, that's the whole point. Like when he's on the island, he's isolated from everything, including music. So when he leaves, that's when the music kicks in again. There are a few laughs to be had in the film, like Chuck befriending a volleyball called Wilson. And then there are some sad parts when him and Wilson part ways. Still a better love story than Twilight, as far as I'm concerned.
I like how you stuck that in there.
Yep. Tom Hanks does great, as he normally does, as the main character of the film, considering not much dialogue happens once he is on the island, due to him being the only one there.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
The character of Chuck carries the story through and shows a lot of emotion without speaking it. Not to mention the production of the film was halted a year so Hanks could lose weight and grow a beard, to show he had been on that island for 4 years.
That is so cool.
So they literally.
Do you know he's dedicated his Hanks.
So they filmed all the start of it when Tom Hanks looks like pretty normal, and then they shut down production for a whole year, and then came back when he'd lost all that weight. I mean, that's commitment, isn't it? You know.
What did he eat?
I don't know. I'd like to find out the diet, actually, what he did to do that.
I'm sure he's published a diary.
I've heard
now.
stories about people who like only ate like an apple a day. Can you imagine?
What?
You know, can you imagine just an apple a day?
I can hear it now. Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order? No.
No, you'd stay
No, you
far
can't.
away. So to close, Dan, with this film director Robert Zemeckis, what he captured was lightning in a bottle, with another successful hit, considering he has the Back to the Future trilogy,
Yep.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Yep.
and Forrest Gump on his track record. I mean, this
That's a good record.
it's a good record.
I mean, to be fair, you could have just left it at Back to the Future, but he didn't, and that's so good.
To be fair, he has done films that I don't think favourably of, like especially his animated films, like The Polar Express and Beowulf. It's animation that really unnerves me. I don't like that. I like it when he does live action stuff, for the most part. His recent live action stuff that has been remakes, like he did the Witches remake and the Pinocchio remake.
I've not seen him.
I've heard they're awful, so steer away from those. But the character of Chuck drives the story of Castaway well, thanks to Tom Hanks and his highly dedicated performance, and the film itself teaches you important life lessons on hope, perseverance, and the fact that every ending in life is always a new beginning. On that note, Dan, I'm giving Castaway 5 out of 5.
Nice.
This is a juggernaut of a movie for me, and I think very highly of it. Can't really fault it. It's probably next to Back to the Future. It's my favourite Robert Zemeckis film.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna go 4.
4?
Purely,
Yeah.
purely because it influenced my buying decision. On the
Yes,
career.
it saved you.
You can't have that. But at the end of the day, yeah, no. To be fair, actually, I don't know why I don't actually ship abroad.
That's true. Yeah. So rarely.
Now I think about it. Anyway,
never mind.
it was just a film.
Yeah. But
FedEx were brave to say, "Yeah, you can use our branding for this. It's going to be a bad advert for us, but yeah, use it."
5-star movie though. 5-star movie for me, and I can't fault it. And I very much. I need to get this on Blu-ray. I don't have it on Blu-ray yet.
Do you not? Well,
No.
don't buy it. Christmas is coming.
Okay.
But I will say this: the heartbreaking moment when he sees his wife again.
Yeah. No, it wasn't his wife. It was his girlfriend. But obviously when he comes back, she has moved on and she has remarried, and it's like
that was.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole scene when it's like just 3 minutes after that scene when he can't get back with his partner, and he's just talking to his friend, and it's just a one-shot scene of just Tom Hanks spilling his heart out, and you're absorbed in by it. It's very gravitating emotional stuff.
Very.
And
very, that's something you don't see often on screen.
No, especially in these days.
And when you get true emotion portrayed like that, I mean, Hanks really does put it out of the bag.
I do find a lot of movies these days, they're kind of almost afraid to be over the top emotional, aren't they? I mean, you look back at even when I showed you like Lord of the Rings or Titanic. Well, you watched Titanic. You know what happens in that movie, and it's very over the top emotional. Movies these days, if there's an emotional scene, it tends to be undercut with like a humor antic or a joke.
Yeah, there's something there.
And I don't like that. Let's just bask in the emotion and let's just embrace it, because that is what pulls on the heartstrings.
You can guarantee though, right? And this is me again doing what you just described and adding the joke in as an example to what you've just described. When the director says cut on those scenes, Hanks food table, well, I'm in there, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
And actually, now that I've said it out loud, not really that big of a joke.
No.
Because he did well.
Yeah.
To do all that. I mean, that's dedication.
Yep.
Most actors, especially now, nah.
No, they ain't got
Take
the chops.
me as I am, you ain't doing it.
Ain't got the chops for it now.
I'll tell you what, though, yeah. I just love Hanks.
He's a great actor.
Great.
He's been in some masterpiece movies, but that's a whole other review.
Oh yes, some.
Yeah.
Top animation.
That is true.
In fact, I'll go far to say is the best animation of all
And believe it or not, I've actually got another Tom Hanks water-related movie that we'll be talking about next week.
I look forward to that.
So yeah.
Let me guess, the David Hasselhoff water-related movie is not coming up, is it? It's not coming up.
We did that back in April, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
I should have thought about saving it to the summer.
You should have done. Never mind.
Summer blockbuster.
Never mind.
Hey, you'd have loved it.
We'll see.
It's a great film. All right.
Holiday.
Anyway, you guys on the internet know what to do if you want to find us talking more waffle again very soon. That is here on YouTube. Just like the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell for the channel, because this one can't make up his mind to a specific time each week. It's a different time each week.
Always.
We want to keep you on your toes.
We fluctuate.
But if you don't like that fluctuation and you want things at your own pace, well, that we have for you on a different site. That site is called Letterboxd. And Tommy, you can find us by searching for whom?
Yep, just search for Larkins95 on my side and Dan Moore Radio on Dan's side if you ever want to see nothing.
There's something on there.
Yeah, well, your top 4 on there. And have you made one list?
That was the top 10.
Nah, it's top 4. Have
Top
you made one list?
I think I've made a list.
Okay.
I've got one list.
Check out that list then if you happen to venture out.
Yeah, it's a great list. Yeah. One of these days, you're going to come in here and I'm going to surprise the hell out of you
by having written a full review.
Having written either a review or another list.
Considering the month that we've got approaching next year, you're going to have to talk about movies to me for a whole month.
I am. So I'm gonna need.
Whether it's off the cuff or via
No, I'm
letterbox.
gonna need to write these down.
Good.
But also, I'm thinking of maybe getting one in there ahead of sequel September because we know it's going to be the best.
Yes.
In fact, to the point, I haven't discussed this with you or producer man Steve yet, but off my brain, I'm thinking about doubling each one of them up.
Whoa. Doubling.
Hey, double up the sequelness.
What? Like talk about 2 at a time?
Two.
Like,
But they can be completely different.
yeah.
But just
2
because
sequels.
it's so good.
There's a
I
lot.
want more.
I got a lot of sequels already on that catalogue, So I'm looking forward to next month.
We will dive in.
Yes.
But for now, we will go home and get ourselves some ice creams from McDonald's. I think we need to do that.
Of course.
We will do that.
Yes.
And of course, making sure that you are in the comments section as well with any of your suggestions. We love to hear from you. But for now, though, have a great week.
Have a great week, guys. Take care. Bye bye.